Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala wa ba'd. Then we're reading the Noble Quran one word at a time. And we have reached Surah Al-Hajj Ayat number 26. We'll give it a few minutes for people to come in to make sure that the sound is working. We said yesterday when we started Surah Al-Hajj that it has 1,274 words. طيب. Okay, we can begin, inshallah, now that we have confirmation regarding our sound. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. وإذ, and when, or remember when, بوأنا لإبراهيم. بوأنا, when we showed. Bawa, from ba, wow, out of maksura. Here they have it as to show. Give me 1 second. We have a cat that's crawling around looking for attention. Come on. Bow, rather not ba, wow, out of maksura, but ba, wow, hamza. Right? Form 2. To put someone in a place or to give someone a position. وَإِذْ بَوَّأْنَا لِإِبْرَاهِيمَ مَكَانَ الْبَيْتِ. So when we basically gave Ibrahim the position, the site here of the house, meaning the Kaaba. Makan, the place or the site, al-Bayt. And that la tushrik. This is a command to Ibrahim. La tushrik, do not associate, do not make partners, do not make shirk, be with me. Shay'a, anything. Watahhir, and purify. Tahhir, cleanse or purify. Bayti, my house. Lit-ta'ifina, for those who make tawaf. Ta'if, ta'ifina, those who make tawaf. They circumambulate around the Kaaba. Wal qa'imina, and those who stand up and pray. The qa'im, the one standing. Qa'imina, those who stand, meaning in salat. Wal rukka'i, and the people who bow down. They make ruku', as-sujud, and in prostration. Ruku' as-sujud, here's mudaf ilayh. It is a possessive construction, and it shows that the ruku' and the sajda are connected, as well as sometimes sajda is called ruku' and maybe vice versa. Wa'adhin, adhin, call out, like adhan, adhin, call out, proclaim, finnas, among mankind or to mankind, bil hajj, proclaim hajj, call out, announce hajj. Ya'tuka, they're going to come to you. Ya'tuka, they'll come to you. Rijalan, on foot. Rijal here does not mean men. Here means on foot. They're going to come to you walking. وَعَلَى كُلِّ ضَامِرٍ, وعلى and upon kulli every dhamirin on every camel, every capable lean camel. Yatina, they're going to come. Min kulli fajj. Rijlun is foot, right? Rijlun is foot, yes. Rijal, normally we would translate Rijal if we saw it as being men, but Rijlun here is referring to being on foot. Yatina min kulli, they're going to come from every fajj, every, here it says mountain highway, meaning every gap, every space, right, between the mountains, right? Every, here it says highway, every gap or space between the highways, amiq. Amiq normally means deep. Deep, amiq here, it means and distant, distant. Every distant highway. Li, in order to, or so that, yashhadu, so they may testify or may witness. Manafi'a, benefits. Manafi'a, benefits. Lahum, for them. Wayadhkuru, and they may remember. Ismallahi, the name of Allah. Fi ayyamin, in or during days. Ma'lumat. Ma'lumat, well known, appointed days. Ala, remember Allah, ala, for or upon, ma, what, razaqahum, He provided for them. Min bahimatil an'am, min, from, bahima, bahima, the beasts, al-an'am, of cattle, from the beasts of cattle. Fakulu, so eat, minha, from them, eat from these beasts of cattle. Wa at'imu, and feed, al-ba'isa, feed those who are miserable, the poor, al-faqir, al-ba'isa, al-faqir, the miserable poor people. Thumma, then, this lamb here, thummal, thummal, this has to do with, it's a command, but it means to go ahead and then let them do something, or so on. La, this lamb is a command. Yaqdu, tafathahum. Tafatha, this word I'm not very familiar with. Tafatha, I can only go with here. Tafatha here means, what do they say? Their prescribed duties. Liyaqdu, go ahead and complete, fulfill. Tafathahum. Give me 1 second. Let's find out where that comes from. This is Hajj. Uh, 1 second. Hajj Ayat number 28. No, 29 now. Tafatha is where it comes from. Tafatha. All I can see is prescribed duties. I can't see anything more than that. Something like that, prescribed duties. Tafathahum. Okay. Thummal yaqdu tafathahum. Then let them fulfill or complete their prescribed duties, carry out their prescribed duties. Well, and let them fulfill nudurahum, their oaths, their vows. Well, and let them يتوف يتو يتوفوا. Let them يتوفوا. Let them make tawaf, circumambulate, بالبيت العتيق, around or with the ancient house, around the ancient house. Let them circumambulate the ancient house, circle around the Beit al-Atiq, the ancient house. ذلك, that. وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ, and whoever magnifies. Here it says honors, and that's what it means. Or it could be translated that, but yu'azzim means to make something great, to make it big, to magnify it. وَمَنْ يُعَظِّمْ حُرُمَاتِ اللَّهِ. Hurumat here means the sacred things, the sacred rites, or the sacred actions, the sacred, whatever is sacred, whatever Allah made sacred. حُرُمَاتِ اللَّهِ فَهُوَ خَيْرٌ لَهُ. Then that, فَهُوَ, then it, خَيْرٌ لَهُ, is better for him. If he were to يُعَظِّمْ حُرُمَاتِ اللَّهِ, that is better for him. عِنْدَ رَبِّهِ, with his Lord. وَأُحِلَّتْ, and it is lawful, lakum, for you, al-an'am, the cattle, illa, except ma yutla, what yutla is recited, alaykum, except what is recited to you, right? Meaning those things that are going to be listed off as being not permissible. But of abomination, filth, min al-awthan, of the idols. Awthan are idols. Wajtanibu, and stay away from, avoid. Qawl az-zur, qawl, speech, az-zur, a lying speech, a speech that you know is wrong and you say it as if to get someone to believe you, right? And you know you're lying, not just a lie, but you're lying and trying to get someone to believe you. Hunafa, Hunafa, here the plural of Hanif, that Ibrahim was Hanif. Here he's telling you to be Hunafa, to be these upright individuals. Lillah, for Allah. Ghayra mushrikeen bihi, other than, not being mushrikeen, not being polytheists with him, not committing shirk with him. وَمَنْ يُشْرِكْ, and whoever commits shirk, billahi, with Allah, فَكَأَنَّمَا, then it is as if, فَكَأَنَّمَا, then it is as if, خَرَّ, he fell, مِنَ السَّمَاء, from the sky, فَتَخْطَفُ, فَتَخْطَفُهُ, تَخْطَفُهُ, as if he snatched him. خطف, to snatch. فَتَخْطَفُهُ الطَّيْرُ, so it's if the birds had snatched him. Oh, tahwi, or it had blown, tahwi, bihi الريح, the wind had blown him. في مكان سحيق, to a place. في مكان, the wind had blown him. في مكان, to a place. سحيق, far away, far off. ذلك, that. ومن يعظم, and whoever magnifies, whoever, as we said, magnifies, to make it something great. Whoever shows that it is something great, it magnifies it. Sha'air Allah, sha'air, the plural of sha'ir. Sha'ira is a sign, a symbol, right? Or shi'ar, rather. Shi'ar, not sha'ir. Sha'ir is uh, barley. Shi'ar is a sign. So, like we have signs for, we see this on a restaurant. We know that's McDonald's. That's their shi'ar. Allah has shi'ar, in plural, sha'ir, sha'air, meaning Hajj. When you see the Kaaba, you know that there's no other reason for this except Allah. You see Mount Arafat, you see a masjid with the minaret. These are the sha'air of Allah. The adhan, right? The adhan, the salah, right? These types of things, sha'air Allah, the symbols of Allah. وَمَنْ يُعَذِّمْهَا, whoever magnifies them, فَإِنَّهَا, then indeed they are basically min taqwa al-qulub. They are from the taqwa, the God consciousness, the piety, the righteousness, the fear of the hearts. Lakum fiha, you have in them manafi', you have in them some benefit. Ila ajalin musamma, until an appointed time, until a mentioned or named time. Thumma, then mahilluha, then their mahilluha, the place of their sacrifice. Mahilluha ila al-bayt al-atiq. So talking about these animals, you can benefit from them, right? You can take their milk, you can have them carry your things, whatever, until mahillaha, their place of sacrifice, ila al-bayt al-atiq, at the ancient house. وَلِكُلِّ أُمَّةٍ, and for every nation, جَعَلْنَا, we made mansakan. Mansak here means rites or rituals. We made for them rituals or rites. Li, so that, in order to, yadhkuru smallah, so that they can mention the name of Allah. Ala ma, for what? Razaqahum, what He provided for them. Min bahimatil an'am, from the beasts of cattle. Fa ilahukum, so your God, your deity, ilahun wahid, is one God, one deity. Falahu, so to Him, aslimu, submit. So to Him, aslimu. Wabashiril mukhbitin. Wabashir, and give glad tidings, al-mukhbitin, from kha-ba-ta, to the humble ones, to those who are humble. Mukhbitin. Alladhina, those, idha, when, dhukir Allah, when Allah is mentioned, wajilat qulubuhum. Wajilat, it's to become, to shake, right? To shake, basically. Qulubuhum, their hearts shake. They're filled with fear. They shake. Was-sabirina, and they're those who are patient. Ala ma, upon what? Asabahum, upon what happens to them, what befalls them, what strikes them, what hits them. Wal muqimi, and those who establish as-salah, they establish the salah. Wa mimma, and from what? Razaqnahum, we provided them. Yunfiqun, they spend. Wal budna, budna are the camels and could be cattle, which are to be sacrificed, right? They're called budn because of their body. The body is the badan, right? This budn here is because they've been made fat. They've been made fat so that you can sacrifice them, right? Or it also could be because the body of them is large, meaning how many of them they're going to sacrifice. Wal budna ja'alnaha, we made them lakum, for you, min sha'airillah, from the symbols of Allah. Lakum, you have fiha, in them, khair, you have in them good. Fadhkuru ismallah, so mention the name of Allah. Alayha, over them. Sawaf, sawaf, right? Sawaf, like saf, like the lines that you make in the masjid. Sawaf, meaning when they're lining up to be slaughtered. Fa'idha, so when, wajabat, junubuha, wajabat, here it says when they are down. Wajaba normally means obligatory, right? Wajaba. Here it says when they're down. Wajabat junubuhum. Junub are the sides. The janb. The junub is the sides. Let me see where it comes from. They're down. Wajabat. I don't know why it means down here, but that's what it says. Wajaba means to become to be obligatory or necessary. So why does it mean to be down here? I don't know. I can't tell you. Require a book, a bigger book than something brief. It requires something more detailed where you look into each and every word. فَإِذَا وَجَبَتْ جُنُوبُهَا, so if their sides are laid down, and maybe it means obligatory, meaning once you lay them down on their sides, then now it's obligatory to slaughter them or something like that. Allah knows best. So once they're laid down, then it becomes obligatory. Maybe, I don't know. Fakulu, so then eat, minha, from it. Wa at'imu, and feed. Al-qani'ah. Al-qani', the person who is content. But here it means the poor person who is not asking. He's content with what he has. He's poor, but he's not begging. He's not sitting on the side of the road with a sign. Doesn't have his hand out. Doesn't have a cup or anything like this. He's poor, but he's content with his situation. Al-qani'. Well, mu'tar. Mu'tar, the one who is begging and he is asking from others. Right? He is asking from others. This comes from, if I'm correct, what ayat is this? Ayat number 36. Give me 1 second. I don't know why it keeps jumping. Let's see what this word here says. Wajaba. It says down, but I don't know how wajaba is down. I don't know. Mu'tar comes from arrara, right? Ar, ain, ra. Mu'tar, meaning those who are basically in a very bad situation, shameful, miserable, right? Mu'tar. They're asking, they're in such a bad shape that they will ask. And this is the case. If you see someone begging, then either they have lost all of their morals and principles, or they're just really in that bad of a situation. Because to go out and ask like that, I think would be very difficult for most people. كذلك, like that, سخرناها, we subdued them, we subjected them, lakum, for you, لعلكم, that perhaps you, tashkurun, you will be thankful or grateful. لن ينال الله لحومها. Len is a negation of the future. لن ينال, it does not reach, or it will not reach Allah. It will not reach Allah. لحومها. لحوم, the plural of laham, meaning its meat. Their meat of these animals will not reach Allah. ولا دماؤه, ولا دماؤها, nor their blood. Nor their blood. Walakin, however, yanaluhu, it reaches him at taqwa. This taqwa reaches him. Taqwa minkum. This piety from you, this God consciousness or fear from you reaches him. Kadharika, like that. Likewise. Sakharaha, he subjected them, he subdued them. Lakum, to you. Li, so that, in order to yukabbirullah, so that tukabbirullah, with a ta, not a ya. Tukabbirullah, so that you may glorify or magnify, not glorify, magnify Allah. I said yu'adhim is magnify, here it says yukabbir is magnify, because this is saying that you may say Allahu Akbar, so that you may show the greatness of Allah. Allah, for ma, what, hadakum, for what he guided you, or for the fact that he guided you. Wa bashir, and give glad tidings, al muhsinin, to the people of ihsan, the people who do good deeds, as if they see Allah, and even if they don't see him, then he sees them. Inna Allah, indeed Allah, yudafi'u, he defends. عن الذين آمنوا, he defends those who believe. Inna Allah, indeed Allah, la yuhibbu, he does not love. Kulla, he does not love every khawan, kafur. Khawan, treacherous, betraying, kafur, ungrateful. Ungrateful, ingrateful. This person who covers up the good that Allah gave him, like a farmer covers up a seed. He hides it like it doesn't exist. Kafur. Khawan, someone who is treacherous and betrays the trust or betrays someone. Udhina, permission was given. Lilladhina yuqataluna, li, for alladhina, those yuqataluna, those who fought. Bi'annahum, because they dhulimu, they were wronged, they were oppressed. Wa inna Allah, and indeed Allah, ala nasrihim, regarding their victory, laqadir, is surely capable, powerful, able to help them, to give them victory. Ala nasrihim, this is nasr, is help. It's also victory, because if Allah helps you, you're going to be victorious. Alladhina, those, ukhriju, they were expelled, they were put out, min diyarihim, from their houses, their homes, bi ghayri haq, without a right. And again, this bi ghayri haq doesn't mean that there is a right to put them out, but here it means just emphasizing they had no right to do so. Illa, except, an yaqulu, they weren't put out for anything except they said, Rabbuna Allah, our Lord is Allah. Walawla daf'ullah, walawla, and if it was not for, and if not daf'ullah, if it was not the defense of Allah, right? As we said, Allah yudafi'u, he defends. If it was not for the daf'ullah, the defense of Allah, and nas, Allah defending the people, ba'duhum bi ba'd, some of them with others. He defends some people with others. He causes some people to here he says check. He checks some people with others. But the word daf'u means to push back, to defend. Right? And nas ba'duhum bi ba'd. La hudimat, then la, surely, certainly, hudimat, it would have been demolished, sawami'u, the monasteries, wa biya'u, and churches, biya'u, churches. But normally, the word for church is, man, I just had my mind go blank. Kanisa. Kanisa, usually we use kanisa today. Kanisa. But here, biya'u, churches, what? Salawat. Salawat here is given the tafsir of synagogues. The salawat, the synagogues. So monasteries for like monks, churches for priests, salawat for Jews, wa masajid, right? Yudhkaru fiha, it is mentioned in them, Ismullah, the name of Allah, kathira, much. Allah's name is mentioned much in these places. Wa, and the lam here and the noon at the end is for emphasis. Yansura la yansuranna, and Allah is definitely, verily, He's definitely, surely going to help men, whoever, yansuruhu, whoever helps him. Inna Allah, indeed Allah, laqawi, He is strong, definitely, surely strong, aziz, mighty. Yes, many new words. I find that the middle portion of the Quran probably has the most words until Juz Amma. Juz Amma has a lot of more difficult words because the ayat are so short. The ayat are so short and the words have a unique meaning a lot of times. A very full meaning can mean more than one thing. And so Juz Amma is difficult in a lot of ways. But in the very beginning with Baqarah, Ali Imran, those stories up until maybe Taha, it's a lot of stories. Right? A lot of stories. Maybe even up until Anbiya. Maybe Hajj is the first. I don't know. But somewhere in there, it gets difficult. Taha, Anbiya, Hajj, somewhere in there, it starts to get a little difficult. It gets away from just being stories. And then it gets back to shorter stories and easier aqidah, like belief words and stuff, after a certain section. Like maybe after, I don't know, this is just my own understanding. Maybe around Surah Muhammad, Surah Al-Fath, somewhere in there, it gets easier until Juz Amma, and Allah knows best. Alladhina, those, in, if, makkannahum, makkanna, if we gave them tamkeen. If we gave them tamkeen, meaning if we gave them firmness and establishment and authority. So if we gave them if we gave them power, it says here, that's fine. If we but it doesn't mean power just like muscle, but it means power and the right to deal with that power. So in Makkannahum, if we established them and gave them stability and power, fil ard, in the earth, aqamu salat, they established the prayer, wa atu zakat, and they pay the zakat, wa amaru, and they order or they command bil ma'ruf, with good, wa nahaw, and they prohibit, they forbid, an al munkar, from evil, walillahi, and for Allah, aqibatul umur, is the end of all matters. وَإِن, and if يُكَذِّبُوكَ, if they belie you, they deny you or reject you, فَقَدْ, then indeed, كَذَّبَتْ, they denied and rejected and belied, قَبْلَهُمْ, the people before them, قَوْمُ نُوح, the people of Nuh, وَعَاد, and the people of Ad, وَثَمُود, وَقَوْمُ Ibrahim, and the people of Ibrahim, وَقَوْمُ Lut, and the people of Lut, وَأَصْحَابُ الْمَدْيَنِ, and the people of Madyan, وَكُذِّبَ Musa, and Musa was denied, belied, rejected. فَأَمْلَيْتُ, so I gave respite, I gave them weight, lil kafirin, to the disbelievers. I gave weight, I gave respite to the disbelievers. ثُمَّ, then أَخَذْتُهُمْ, I took them, I seized them. فَكَيْفَ, so how, كَانَ نَكِيرِ, how was, كَيْفَ كَانَ, how was, nakiri, nakiri, my punishment, my exemplary punishment. So, كأين, how many, كأين من قرية, how many, min qaryatin, how many villages, how many towns, ahlaknaha, we destroyed them, wahiya zalima, and they were wrongdoing, they were unjust, oppressive, fahiya, so they are khawiyatun, they are ala urushiha, khawiya meaning empty, right? Empty, ala urushiha, on their urush, like the vines, or the if you put these stakes in the ground and you let your plants grow up them. This is the urush, right? They're khawiyah, they're just empty, they're dead, lying on their trellises, or whatever you might want to call it, right? Wa bi'rin, and wells, right? And a well is a bi'r, the well that you drop your bucket down into. Mu'attala, mu'attala means to be broke down, right? Here, deserted. The well is broke down, it's deserted, it doesn't work, right? Because if there's water in it, it wouldn't be deserted. At least animals or something would be going to it. Mu'attala means it could be broke down. So your car could be mu'attala if your car is not working. Attalat siyarati, right? Wa bi'rin mu'attalatin, wa qasrin, and castle, mashid, mashid from shayyada, to be built, right? To be built, and to be built strong. So here, mashid, built strong and lofty, talking about a castle built high and strong. It has to be strong to build up high. Otherwise, if your foundation is weak, then you can't build high. Maybe you can build one floor and it might last some time, but to be tall and a castle has to be strong. Afalam yasiru, yasiru is they travel. Lam yasiru, they did not travel. Afalam yasiru, did they not travel? Fil ardi, in the earth. And again, Allah's fi sama, right? Means he's above the earth. Did they not travel above the earth, on the earth? Fatakuna. So they would be, you would be, lahum, for them, or there would be for them, kulubun, hearts. This is the reason of the ta. Kulub is a non-intellectual plural. We talk about a feminine. Fatakuna. So it will be for them, kulub, hearts, yaqiluna. Yaqiluna, this is where the intellect is. Many people say, Ibn al-Qayyim and others, even some people today talk about the intellect is in the heart. When you think with your heart, right? Your heart is the one who is not just the mind, but the heart. Lahum qulub, they have hearts. Ya'qiluna biha. They use the intellect with them. They understand, they comprehend with them. Oh, or adhan, or ears, the plural of udhun. Yasma'una biha, they hear with them. Fa'innaha, then verily, that, all those things, la ta'mal absar. La ta'ma al absar. Al absar, the eyes or the vision, la ta'ma, will not go blind. Walakin, however, ta'mal qulub, the hearts grow blind. Allati, which, fis sudur, it's the hearts which are blind. They can see the moon split in half. They can see water coming from his fingertips. They can see the small group vanquish the large group. They can see so many, the Quran being sent down to him. Yet it's their hearts that go blind. وَيَسْتَعْجِلُونَكَ, and they hasten you, they rush you, بِالْعَذَابِ, with the punishment or the torment. وَلَنْ, and len is a negation of the future. وَلَنْ يُخْلِفَ اللَّهِ, and Allah will not break, Allah will not contradict wa'dahu, his promise. وَإِنَّ, and indeed, yawman, a day, inda rabbika, a day with your Lord, ka'alfi sanatin, is like 1,000 years, mimma, of what, ta'uddun, of what you count. A day with Allah is 1,000 years. وَكَأَيٍّ, and how many, min qaryatin, how many villages, how many towns, amlaytu laha, we gave respite, we gave them some time to wait. Wahiya, while they, zalimatun, while they were wrongdoing, oppressive and unjust. Thumma, then, akhadhtuha, I took them, I snatched them. Wa ilayya, and to me, al-masir, to me is the final return. Qul, say, declare, Ya ayyuhan nas, O mankind, innama ana, I am only, lakum, to you, nadhirun, a warner, mubin, a plain, clear warner. That's all I am. I can't make you do anything. I can only warn you clearly, plainly. فَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, so those who believe, وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and they do righteous deeds, لَهُمْ, for them, مَغْفِرَةٌ, for them is forgiveness, وَرِزْقٌ كَرِيمٌ, and a generous, noble provision. وَالَّذِينَ سَعَوْا, and those who strive, they put in effort. Fi ayatina, they put in effort. Fi ayatina, here meaning against our signs, against our ayat. Mu'ajizina, Their purpose here is mu'ajjizina. They're trying to frustrate. They're trying to foil. Ulaika. They're trying to foil Allah's signs. They're trying to frustrate them. They're trying to fight against them. Ulaika. Those. Ashabul Jahim. They are the dwellers of Al Jahim, the hellfire. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَا, and we did not send, min qablika, before you, min rasulin, any messenger, wala nabi, nor prophet, illa, except, إذا, when, tamanna, tamanna here says to recite. Give me 1 second. What's this ayat 52? Tamanna, from what I know, is to hope, not to recite. Give me 1 second. The problem here, what I have with this app, is that it just tells me, when it gives me a word, it's telling me basically just the word that's already in the dictionary. I mean, already in the translation, and I don't like that. Tamanna. Yeah. Meme, noon, ya. Meme, noon, ya. Where ya? Tamanna. Where's it at? وَإِذَا تَمَنَّى أَلْقَى الشَّيْطَانُ فِي أُمْنِيَّتِهِ. Umniya is your hopes. What does it say up above? Here, omnia is your hopes. What you like. What is ma omnia took? What are your hopes? What do you want to do in the future? But it also says to wish for, to desire, to hope. But I can't see where it says recite. I can't see where it says that. Maybe it's in a more I don't know, ancient dictionary. But إذا تمنى, when he wished, ألقى شيطان في أمنيته. I don't know why tamanna means to recite here. I'm gonna have to look that up, because tamanna means to hope, and omnia means your hopes. Like, what do you want to be? What are your wishes that you want to do, like in the future? So I don't know why this is saying to recite here. It could just be from the tafsir. Could just be from the tafsir of one of the Sahaba or something. Illa idha, when tamanna, he recited, alqa shaytanu, shaitan threw, fi umniyatihi, into his recitation, fa yansakhullah, so Allah abolishes, yansakh, he abrogates, ma yulqi shaitan, what shaitan throws, thumma, then, yuhkimullah ayatihi, and then Allah yuhkim, he establishes his ayat. Wallahu, and Allah is alim, all-knowing, hakim, wise. Li, so that, in order to, yaj'al, so that he can make, what yulqi shaitan, what shaitan throws, fitnatan. So we can make what shaitan throws a trial or a test. Lilladina, for those who fi kulubihim, in their hearts is marad. There's a sickness in their hearts. Wal qasiya, and al qasiya, those who have hard hearts, those who are hardened. Qulubuhum, their hearts are hardened. Wa inna dhalimina, and indeed the wrongdoers, the oppressors, lafi, they are truly, surely in shiqaq, in opposition, shiqaq, ba'id, far off opposition. Let's see here. We started on 26. Yeah. 3. Let me see. I'm trying to see where we need to try to reach to make it make sense. But we have had a lot of new words. Let's see. Around 59 would be 4 pages. Let's see what happens. Wa, and liya'lama, li, so that, in order to ya'lama, for him to know, alladhina, those utul ilm, those who are given knowledge, annahu, that he, or that it, al-haq, that it is the truth, min rabbika, from your Lord. So those who have been given knowledge can know. وَلِيَعْلَمَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْعِلْمِ, and so that the ones who were given knowledge may know أَنَّهُ الْحَقِّ, that it is the truth, مِنْ رَبِّكَ, from your Lord. فَيُؤْمِنُوا, so they believe, bihi, in it. فَتُخْبِتَ, and so they submit, lahu, to it, قُلُوبُهُمْ, their hearts submit to it. وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ, and indeed Allah, lahad, he is certainly, surely, had a guide, alladhina amanu, for those who believe, ila siratin mustaqim, to a straight path. Wala yazalu, yazal, zala yazalu, to cease, la yazalu, and it will not cease. Alladhina kafaru, those who disbelieved will not cease. Fi miryatin, fi, in mirya, in their doubt. Minhu, meaning from it, about the Quran. Hatta, until ta'tiyahum, it comes to them, as-sa'atu, until the hour comes to them, baghtatan, all of the sudden. O ya'tiyahum, or it comes to them, adhabu, the punishment or the torment, yawmin aqim, of a day, adhabu yawmin, the punishment of a day, the torment of a day, aqim. Aqim meaning futile. Here it says futile, but there's a better word. Barren, right? Barren. We have this Aqima, this Zachariah's wife. Aqim, here, barren, meaning there will be nothing after it. There's not a day after it, right? After which there will be no night. That's what it means. The day is not going to give birth to a night to come after it, but rather it's it. Basically, when that day's done, like when a woman's barren, when she dies, she doesn't have anything to carry on that legacy, right? Likewise, when this day is over, there was nothing to come after it. Aqim. Al-mulku, the kingdom, the sovereignty, the dominion, yawma'idhin, on that day, lillah, is for Allah. Yahkumu bainahum, he will judge between them. فَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. So those who believe and do righteous good deeds, فِي جَنَّاتِ النَّعِيمِ. They are in Jannat, they are in gardens and Na'im, of delight. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. And those who disbelieve, وَكَذَّبُوا. And they deny, they reject, they belie, بِآيَاتِنَا, our ayat, فَأُولَٰئِكَ. Then those, lahum, for them, عَذَابٌ مُهِينٌ, is a humiliating torment, a humiliating punishment. وَالَّذِينَ هَاجَرُوا. And those who made hijrah, fi sabilillah, in the way of Allah, thumma qutilu. And then they were killed. Not qatalu, they killed, but they were killed. Aw matu, or they died. Here we have this lam and the noon of emphasis. Yarzuqanna, la yarzuqannahum. Then Allah will provide for them. Rizqan, a provision. Hasana, a good provision. Wa inna Allah, and indeed Allah, lahuwa, indeed He, khayrul raziqeen, is the best of providers. And we have our lamb in the noon again. Yudkhila, la yudkhilannahum. He's going to surely enter them. Mudkhalan, an entrance. Yardawnahu. They are pleased with him. They are pleased with it, this entrance. Wa inna Allah, and indeed Allah, la alim, He is indeed surely alim. Again, look at all these emphasis. When Allah has all these emphasis, we need to pay attention. Because the word is foreign to us, because maybe we don't understand it, then we don't hear the emphasis. We're happy just to get a simple meaning here. But inna Allah, indeed Allah, la alim, He is indeed certainly all-knowing, halim, forbearing. Dhalika, that. Waman aqaba, and whoever aqaba. Here says to come after, to retaliate. Bimithli, whoever comes after with the likes, ma'uqiba, of what he was made to punish. Aqiba could be punishment, and whoever punishes with the likes of what he was punished, bihi, with it. Thumma, then, bughiya, alayhi, then bughiya, he was wronged, alayhi, against him. Some wrong, some transgression was done against him. La yansurannahu Allah, indeed, surely Allah will help him. Inna Allah, indeed Allah, la, He is certainly afuwun, He is pardoning, ghafur, oft forgiving. Dhalika, that, bi anna Allah, is because Allah, yulijul layl, He enters the night, fin nahar, into the day. He merges it, He enters it. I say enter because it means to enter a lot, right? The word merge could be like, like say you got two blocks and you touch them together. That's not merging. But if one block does this and the other block has the opposite cuts, right? Then that would be like merging or something, right? To bring them together. Here means to constantly enter. That's why we say Bismillahi walajna wa Bismillahi kharajna wa ala rabbina tawakkalna. On in the name of Allah we entered, right? We enter a lot into our homes. We go to the masjid and back. We go to the store and back. We go to school and back. We go whatever and back a lot, in and out. Walaj. Allah yulijul layla fin nahar. Allah enters the night into the day. Wa yulijul nahar fil layl. And he enters the day into the night. Wa anna Allah, and indeed Allah, sami'un, He is hearing, basir, seeing. We'll stop there, inshallah ta'ala. We're right at an hour. and we may have did just slightly over 4 pages with that. Any questions? I have to figure that out. Why does it say omnia and tamanna? I have to figure that out. Why does that mean recitation here and not hopes, or like she said here, dreams? Tayyib, no questions, no concerns. Let's see where we are. We are in the Mus'haf. We are on page 39, almost at the bottom of page 339. A little like 2/3 of page 339, and today is day 73. Anyway, we need to study these words. Study them as you write them down is good for you. But again, trying to follow the example of some of my mashayikh, not giving a whole lot of homework, knowing that everyone has other responsibilities. If you do what we're supposed to do by writing down these words here, that's going to help a lot. And then we're going to do it again, and we're going to do it again, and we're going to do it again, inshallah ta'ala. And with that, we're not expected, for example, I've been through this word for word, not this particular book, but I've been through word for word of the Quran in Arabic a number of times. But there still comes a word, and I'm like, man, what is that word? Why is it like that? Why is tamanna recitation, and why is it not something else? What is this word here? I don't understand. Something I'm not familiar with. It's just, if you don't use it all the time, it's not something in your everyday vocabulary. This is, the Quran's always going to open up more to you. So the goal is not to have every single word mastered at the end of this 5 months, but the goal is to have a lot of it and to start the process of mastering these words, not to have mastered them at the end of 5 months, but to start the process and to feel good and to develop a desire that you never want to quit until you master them. And since you never will, you'll never quit. طيب. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.